Hey folks, how's it going? So, I want to talk about something I saw on YouTube. Now, there's different kinds of content out here. There's people out here that share their experience and, their day-to-day things and how they're doing Doordash or these gig apps. But, and then there's another level out here of pushing content, pushing these companies down your throat, shilling for these companies. And you can tell who these people are. They're selling you the company to drive for them. Stuff like go from $25 an hour to $45 an hour, or make $25 an hour, and stuff like that. When all the content is nothing but Doordash. They have sold out or have been bought out. But so I saw a video. It was from a couple months ago, and I'm not surprised anymore by the stuff I see out here and the lack of concern for the drivers who watch these videos. Now, this was done by a Doordash YouTuber. I'm not going to say direct name, but named after a car, and wears a red shirt and is a total Doordash shill. And the title was from a couple months ago. Make $25 an hour and quit your 9-to-5 job. Who in their right mind would refer anybody to Doordash or these gig apps, period? Now, who would quit their job to come do this? There's so much liability out here driving on the road every day. If you haven't been hit or in a wreck yet, good. You will be at some point in time. Who would refer somebody to these apps knowing the damage they can do to people? There's people that have depended on these apps, and then you wake up deactivated for no reason. No reason in the driver's fault. Some false report. Or the technology itself just kicks you out. None of these content creators out here that are selling Doordash and giving you all these tips and tricks can predict anybody's market in this country. Everybody's market is different out here. Point blank, period. Every driver's experience out here in the same markets are different. These people are real good talkers and are talking a good talk, and that's all it is. Never would I refer not only to these apps, but would I tell somebody in life to quit their job and come do another one. That you have to know what you're headed into. You have to make sure that you're going to get the job. You got to know what you're getting into. With these gig apps, you don't know from day to day how it's going to go. I want to talk about YouTube Studio. Now, all the YouTubers out here know about YouTube Studio. Now, I got a message on YouTube Studio. Now, this just shows how this whole thing works. YouTube, Doordash, and how they're entwined together. Now, I got a message on YouTube Studio. It said, more of your viewers want to know how to make more money on Doordash. Haha. I highly doubt that. But in that message, it showed 4 or 5 content creators, the biggest scam content creators that have ever been out here, that have been called out for lying about their earnings and so on and so forth. YouTube wants you to push this garbage. YouTube wants you to sell these companies to these viewers and subscribers, without a doubt. How come nobody out here has disclaimers on their videos warning drivers? What works for me may not work for you. Never any disclaimers protecting drivers from what might happen, that they might not make what one person out here is telling a viewership. Never any disclaimers. There was a video done by one of the Doordash guys, content creators that used to push Doordash, that got deactivated months back, that had a video just 2-3 weeks ago, maybe somewhere in that time frame, admitting that when it comes right down to it, these drivers are dependent on their markets. The markets drive the drivers. The drivers depend on the market. And when it comes right down to it, there's nothing anybody out here that is telling you how to make money on these gig apps. When it comes right down to it, the driver themselves in their car is dependent on their market and has to make decisions on their own. Never, when I've been driving out here, have I thought or considered doing anything any one of these content creators has ever said. So when it comes right down to it, these people that push Doordash and these companies, they're pushing these companies and they don't have any care about the viewers or subscribers or what might happen to them or their failures. Point blank, period.